So I want to make a video addressing a comment and a question. The commenter simply asked, if we are in fact the creators of our universe, why is it that things like peace and joy and ease and flow seem so elusive? The commenter didn't quite say my life sucks, but why does life suck sometimes? Why is it hard? Why can it feel so challenging? If we create that, because no one in their right mind would actually create those feelings, right? So my answer needed an entire video because out of our consciousness, which is who we actually are. It's not even who, we aren't anyone. That's the crazy thing about it. We aren't anyone. We are everything. Our true nature is everything and everyone. All that is. And it's from that identity that I said we create our own universe. It's not through the self-made identity as a man or a woman, someone that lives here or there, someone that has a spouse or no spouse, someone who has children or no children, this kind of job or that job. You see what I mean? That's what makes non-duality and some spiritual topics really tough to talk about. Because I'm speaking to you from from my mind. The thing is that I don't cling to the identity of myself anymore. I'm not at all, almost like I'm not even responsible because I'm not the doer. I don't even exist apart from thought. So it's not the self-made self. It's not the identity that we cling to when I ask you, okay, give me a 1-minute version of who are you? Anything that you would say is nothing more ultimately than a thought. Even remembering your past is done in thought. Telling me what you hope for is a thought. All your actions are a thought. So when I say things like we create our own universe, we create our whole world, we can create nothing through our personality. In fact, there was a time that I had a realization. I will say one of the character traits that I had or identities I had of my personality is that I was very strong, resourceful, witty. Growing up, I felt like I had to, have my own back a lot or grow up really fast. I had to be able to think on my feet quickly and solve a lot of problems that were beyond my years. And so that was an identity that I clung to without realizing. I clung to that. It was so strong, it was almost like a second skin. Do you guys remember the movie Mask with Jim Carrey? I don't know when it was released, but it was decades ago. And when he would put the mask on, it would literally like suck to his face. And when he would have this mask on, it would literally change his personality and everything about him changed. Our personalities are much the same, you guys. It's not much different. Our true nature is boundless, shapeless, formless, timeless. So with language, I would say we're nothing because you can't name it, you can't see it. But our identity through the mind is so small. We become something and we think we become someone. We play a character. And the character can do nothing, you see, because the character was created and written by the writer or the creator. Just like you don't beat your own heart, you don't breathe your own breath. We actually do nothing on our own, let alone create anything through the personality. I hope this is making sense. This is kind of why I find very traditional. I try to avoid dogmatic language, which is why I'm trying to just speak as direct as I can. Because I feel like anyone that would click on a video like this has already heard all the dogmatic language. They've heard it and it's not sinking in or making sense. And that's just the thing too, is that the mind can't understand this. The mind isn't designed to understand it. The mind is designed to have experiences. The mind is designed for me to touch this rock and say, oh, this is hard. It's a hard, cool surface. What does it smell like? You see, the mind is the experiencer. But your true nature doesn't even experience anything. It just is. I'll say it just exists. It's all powerful. It can be everything and anything all at once. It's the silence, the noise. You are all that is in your true nature. But in order to have an experience, something that is so grand is taken and narrowed down through a lens of singularity, which is an identity, a personality. It's when, I'll say, spiritual awakening happens to where the character realizes it has a writer, and the writer is who it really is. It's sort of like method acting. Method actors get so entrenched with the role and the character that they're playing, they literally think they're the character for the time period they're playing it. Our personalities and our identities aren't different than that. See, we aren't the character. We're just playing the character for this experience. So why is there suffering or depression? Why is there frustration and annoyance? The mind is turning in on itself, wanting the answers, wanting to be enlightened, wanting to be spiritually awakened, wanting to advance and grow and evolve or be better. The mind creates every mask we have ever worn and ever will wear. But your true essence is none of that. When you feel frustration or disappointment, when you feel angry or depressed, I want you to recognize, just take a moment, I invite you so much. I invite you to take a moment and ask yourself, who's feeling depressed? Who's feeling frustrated? And then just witness the feelings. Witness the thoughts. Because what you'll notice is that you are not the thoughts. You're the one witnessing the thoughts. Recognizing that you're not your identity only takes one glimpse. That's it. And the thing is that once you get that glimpse and you really sit with that, marinate with that, so much more opens up and you start to see your true nature. And the things of this world don't bother you anymore. And if they do, it barely bothers you. You just witness it. You're like, oh, okay. Like the world is almost a stage and we're all just characters on it. That's what's meant by we're all one. It's not like we're individuals collectively as one. No, there's like literally one consciousness projecting as a light, as a camera, as this voice, as your personality, and as mine. One consciousness expressing as every tree, every galaxy, and every star, and every scientist who studies them. When I tell you that we are everything and nothing, that's what I mean. All you need is a glimpse, friends. A glimpse, just a little bit of space in between the mask of your character and who you really are. And the rest will go from there. But the mind can't understand it, so just feel my words. Feel the words that you're hearing. You can never become anything more than what you already are, because you're already perfect. In your true nature, you are already perfect. Allow the grip on the identity of the thoughts that you think to be loosened. And by doing that and to achieve that, you simply just don't get carried away with the thoughts or the feelings, the frustrations, even the confusion. Just say, wow, I see that as a thought. But then you say, well, who's seeing that as a thought? See, because people will say, I'm so frustrated. Well, if you're frustrated, you're really not frustrated. What you are is witnessing of the feelings of frustration. And then once you can turn back onto your true nature and just be present, literally be present. How do you be present? Let's say focus on your breath. Feel your big right toe. And just focus on that. Literally just take your mind somewhere else. And you'll notice that that frustration dissolves, it lessens. Keep doing little practices like that, and you will soon see that you are not the identity of your personality. You're not that. You're so much more. And in your true nature, you are perfection. Everything is perfection. I know that sounds crazy to say, but in our true essence, it is so perfect. So it's the mind. It's the mind that gets frustrated. It's the mind that feels the frustration, but the witnesser, well, let's just say you, something closer to your true nature is the one that witnesses the feelings. Focus on being that witnesser. And then let me know in the comments once you try this, or if you have tried it, what your experience is. And as always, if you liked the video, I appreciate the thumbs up, liking it, sharing it. I welcome you to be a part of the community. I really do. So consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video.